Hello, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining a very special podcast today for Women's Month. It's not just Women's Day anymore. We celebrate Women's Month, as we should, right? And not just Women's Month, it's Women's Year, it's Women's all the time. But today we're coming together with a bunch of wonderful women, and we're going to celebrate women, and we're going to celebrate a woman's charity. It's so wonderful. So thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for tuning in live if you're tuning in live, or thanks for joining us later on and watching the show. Before we do anything, it's always important to recognize the land that we're on. The land that we're on, in most cases, was colonized and stolen from the Indigenous people of that land. So here in Canada, I recognize that the Indigenous people of the land are the rightful caretakers of this land that we call Canada. And I thank them, and I am so grateful to be here on their land. Thank you. So I am joined today. I was just telling her that I create these podcasts just so I can hang out with her once a year. This is the second time we've done this. We had, I think, 20 women last year, Krista, something like that. Let's see how many we get today. So nice to have you here from the highly connected Krista Jones.
Kelly, thank you so much. You know, we love seeing you and doing these and meeting you, hopefully in person soon.
It's been many years here, at least 5 that we've been hanging out and chatting online, and I think it should be a year for that. Now, when I approached you for this, but Krista, will you do this again with me? You said right away yes. And I said, let's change it up yet this year. We'll make it a telethon where everybody comes in live. I think we recorded it and edited it last year, but it's always fun to do a live broadcast. And this year, let's do it for a woman's charity. Do you know any? And right away, you said yes. So would you share a little bit about the charity that we're here for today?
Of course, yeah. Right away, who comes to mind is Noonie Jones with the Crohn's Charity Foundation. She does amazing things in the community, in so many different communities, not just the cannabis community. So, right away, I had to definitely mention her. It's been a pleasure to work with her over the years. I actually have gotten an award from her, the Blood, Sweat, and Tears Award. So shout out to Noonie for the award. She gives them out every year, and Sanja and myself have actually been blessed to receive one. Some amazing people in the space, Zarilla, a lot of really amazing people in the space she's really looked out for and taken care of, and vice versa. So I was definitely honored to be able to get her to be a part of this.
Yeah. It was so nice when we were chatting on WhatsApp and then we were able to speak with her. She couldn't be with us here live today. She's doing her charity work, so we will send her our blessings. And also say that if you would like to donate to Noonie's charity, there's 2 ways to do that on the screen. In the upper corner where I'm pointing, I hope I'm pointing the right way, is a QR code. You can scan that and that goes right to her PayPal. And then down below, or actually have her PayPal donations, you can use the email crohnscharityservice@gmail.com. So we want you to go in there, whether you're live right now or whether you're tuning in later, and charity and donate to what she's doing, what Noonie's doing. So thank you for sharing that. And tell me, what is the Blood, Sweat, and Tears Award? Let's celebrate you and give you some flowers for that. Talk about that. And Sanja, of course.
Of course, yeah. No, it's an amazing award. We got chose over the last 2025. I was chosen, in 2026. Sanja was nominated as well, and it's just an award that really identifies people that put in the blood, sweat, and tears into the cannabis community. And like I said, amazing people have also gotten honored with it. So we're blessed to be a part of that group.
I see that with you. I mean, I'm up here in Canada and you're in America. And I even on a call recently where I was talking about doing some work in America, I said I wouldn't want to be there and do anything without the THC girls, without Krista. And I feel that about you, is that like whatever's happening in cannabis in America, you're hustling there. You're leading the way there, not just in Florida, but you do calls every last Tuesday of every month where like dozens of people come on from all over and talk about the things that they're doing to pioneer in cannabis. And I find we're on a woman's broadcast, so I'll say that there's so many women there. And I know
Yes.
it's because you have the highly connected, the THC girls, but you've really put together a group of women specifically that really pioneer and hustle together. And then also the men that are on there, they really support women. And so it's nice to see these changes that are happening. When we first started working in cannabis, it was more of that sort of like bro scene it was, and I'm sure you saw it too, but I'm seeing a little bit more of that even balance. Can you talk about that a bit?
Yeah, of course. I mean, coming from the cultivation side, it was definitely the bro scene, and a lot of guys. Very, very rarely you see a girl and female in cultivation. But I've been blessed to really. I've always been surrounded by amazing women, and I think that it kind of is like a force, and we kind of pull together because everybody in our network is just a heavy hitter, very amazing. They have a very strong character and passion for what they do. They do good work. That's really what we look to work with and who we look to connect with. So we've been good at cherry picking those good people in the space and putting them together. And a lot of the guys that are in the network, they're very, it doesn't matter what color, any of the things, everybody has the same vibe, the same intention, and we're able to catch a really good momentum together because of it. So I've been blessed by being able to find some really good people in the space. Sanja Ganja, Ruby, Adrian's been rocking and rolling with us, and people are always teasing him like, "Are you a THC girl?" And he's like, "Yep." So
Yes. I think Santa is also a THC girl. Jimbo, I think he's a THC girl for sure.
THC
Yeah.
girl, yeah, he's coined himself the number one fan. Like we used to actually work together in the trim room, and so every day, I'm in there hustling. I just got my headphones on and I'm pumping product, and we would work for a performance back in the day. You'd get paid by the pound and how much you perform, and so I was just crushing it. I made a name for myself early in the space for just going ham on the cultivation side, and Jimbo was one of my managers. And as you imagine what that could be like all day, every day with Jimbo. So
Wow.
we built
Wow.
a
Wow.
very
Yeah.
cool relationship together. And he's seen me grow, and he's definitely grown like extremely as well. As personal branding
Yeah.
goes, I mean, he is just crushing. He's really taking it to the next level for his smoking
Yeah.
Santa and like doing all the things. He's very consistent, very happy for him, very proud of him. And like I said, like those are consistent relationships I have across the board in the space, and it takes me to the next level for sure.
Shout out Smoking Santa. Amazing, amazing. And another gentleman that really supports women. And
Mhm.
so I think that's sort of the theme is what I'm looking for is that I'm finding that more, Krista. I'm seeing more, not just men supporting women, but women like climbing up together and holding out outstretched hands. If I'm here, you're coming with me, which really wasn't the way that the cannabis community or sector started out many years ago. It's more like I'm here for myself, but I'm seeing people sisterhood really coming forward and sisterhood, which is nice to see. So it's cool. And we've got a bunch of women here today that are coming from all over the world that I would definitely say are our sisters and are people that are pioneering together and really feel that call. I put this call out all over social media. You tagged you and you put it out all over. And the people that were coming back, like, yeah, I see that. I want to support that. I want to talk about Crohn's charity. I want to talk about supporting each other. I feel that call. So we're really lucky today. And so let's bring our first one. This was a surprise to me. I was like, is Sanja going to come? Is Sanja coming today? Sanja's here. Sanja Ganja.
Yeah, I'm glad she can make it. She's
Hi, humans. Hello.
hey.
Thanks so much for joining.
I'm sorry if I have a lag in
We
advance.
do a
I'm
little
out in the
bit.
mountains doing my cannabis thing.
Yeah.
It's
Unfortunately,
better than the boat. Last year, you guys co-hosted this event on a boat, and you were like swashing back and forth. So we'll always take you wherever we can get you, Sanjay Ganja. How are things doing in your world right now? What's if you're in a mountain? Talk about what you've been up to.
I'm live in New York City. I'm excited. I'm having a great time out here filming my show full time, opening dispensaries for the flowery, training bud tenders all over New York. It's just absolutely fascinating to think where Krista and I started and where we are now. I'm celebrating 18 years in the industry this year, and I'm so excited. But New York is, the new gold rush, as we like to call it. And, it really is the new wild, wild west, to be honest. So I'm out here exploring. I want to be one of the pioneers here. But of course, I'm always a staple with the THC girl, still running and thriving with Krista. Can't wait for her to come to New York for 420. I'm really excited for that. And, we're rocking and rolling. We never stop. We never slow down. If anything, we just continue to expand and scale with THC Girls, the highly connected app. And now, of course, Sanja Ganja is now heading to the next level. That's my goal out here in New York.
Yeah, you really are. You really are. Hey, what are you seeing with women lately? What are you seeing? Like, are you seeing any differences, like what we're talking about, maybe women supporting women or not? Are you seeing anything like that in New York?
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. I heard you earlier discussing how it was really bro era back in the day, but I am seeing a balance now. And I will say, girls, we're running the world right now. We're really doing a great job in these high C-suite executive positions, entrepreneurship. But what I'm seeing in New York is unbelievable. I'm actually dropping new podcast called Pop-Up Podcast, and my first three episodes are all female entrepreneurs here in New York with some of the best cannabis you will smoke in New York. And trust me, it's slim pickings because it's very fresh. It's very premature here. So, high ambition. I got to shout her out. She's amazing. I just interviewed her. I've got Pinks, who I've been partnered and collabed with THC Girls, of course, as well for events. We're doing cannabis burlesque shows. We're doing all kinds of really cool things for the community. And a lot of these campaigns and a lot of these brands out here in New York are actually female owned. So it's very even here. It's not really taboo. And there are a lot of female events that are happening consistently, not just for, Women's International Day. So it's been really awesome to partner up here, which is what I've been doing, kind of just powering up and becoming one big transformer. And it's been fantastic, honestly.
Yeah, you are a transformer. Wow, you both are transformers. Okay, what's up before we let you go, Sanja? What's the next thing, or Krista, what's going on with the THC Girls coming next?
Shoot, so Sanja and me, we're separate right now. I'm in South Florida, she's in New York, and so we'll actually be together for 420. So it's definitely going to be very, very special. We'll be in New York together. Shout out to Chris Gastronomy. She's throwing the highest on the runway, New York edition. So we're super excited to be there for that. We couldn't miss that. So we're all going to be there for it. So
amazing. Sanja, where can people find you?
I would absolutely love all of your support because right now I currently have a podcast on YouTube, on Spotify. You can find me at The Sanja Ganja Show or Hi, I'm Sanja on everything. But furthermore, I'm out here as the underdog. I'm really trying to go mainstream. I'm trying to be next.
Oh.
I will be whoops, there. Are we there?
Are we losing you?
You blacked out.
The mountains are taking over. All right. We'll find you, Sanja Ganja. Krista will drop all of that information. And Sanja, if you do see this, just drop it in the comments. And that goes for all of our guests. Drop your comments, drop your information in the comments so people can find you now or find you later. And if you would like to donate to the charity that we're here for, it's Crohn's Charity Service at gmail.com on the PayPal. That's Crohn's Charity Service. And also you can scan the QR code in the upper left-hand corner. You want to meet our next guest, Krista?
Let's do it.
She is this amazing podcaster. She has this show in this channel called The Oculus. And I was on her podcast and I love her. And I'm so excited. Her name is Heather Allman. Hi, Heather.
Hello, Kelly and Krista. Thank you for having me.
Hey, Heather. Thank you for
Thanks
coming.
for joining. Yeah, for sure. Heather, you have a podcast channel. Tell us a little bit about the Oculus. I love that name, Oculus.
Yes, so we are through the Oculus. And what we do is, it's about giving everyone a seat at the table. It's about not who's the loudest, not who's the most popular, not about a trend. It's about everyone having the chance to be heard. And to me, my work centers around those conversations, and those conversations create communities in all the industries we're part of, cannabis or otherwise. And really over time, I've learned one important thing about women in communities is that women have always been a signature story, not because it's popular right now, because we have always been part of the quiet architecture of change. We build connections. We give nurturing. We give space for people to feel safe, and that leads to honesty. And I believe that, you know, that looks so different for everyone. These connections and community that we make as women can be, you know, a moment of listening, a gesture of kindness, or simply saying you belong here. And that's what we really try to do with our show through the Oculus on Spotify and YouTube. We have a variety of guests. Kelly was on our education panel, which was amazing. And I'm glad to be here today to really talk about just how I view community and how women really can make those strong bridged connections when maybe they don't seem possible.
Yeah, you're spreading the love today, Heather. I feel that love coming from your heart, like a Care Bear stare right now. I love that.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly how it is. I feel inspired because not enough women say that.
Yeah.
And so that is good. I love that. That's beautiful. Where are you in the United States of America?
I am in Pensacola, Florida, actually, and I work with Pantheon Collective, and they are based in New York. So actually, I'm kind of covering all the bases there, Krista, that you just mentioned, you and Sonia. So yeah, it's Pantheon Collective, and it's based out of Boonville, New York, micro business license. So we are just getting started, and really our outreach is our product. And to me, it's so much more than a product. I mean, at its core, connection is about, you know, who can speak and who's invited to do that. And so our job, I think, is to build those connections where people feel respected, they feel heard, and really sometimes that takes kindness that only women can offer as nurturers. And really, kindness sometimes is misunderstood as softness, but kindness is infrastructure. It is the foundation of everything that we build. Everything that comes after it has to start from a place of kindness, and it's a ripple effect. It's what this event you're having today, it's about the charity, the supports, about the women out there that are using their energy in a way that is serving each other and building each other up to where you don't feel like things are so impossible anymore when you have that kind of support structure. And that's why I really do what I do. I love being able to give people a safe space, and those don't appear out of thin air. As you ladies know, they're very intentional, as you've created today, building those connections. And every speaker that you're going to hear comes from different walks of life, different countries, different places of hope, of their journey in the cannabis industry or other industry. And so really this event is a connection in and of itself. And really that is all, we're all connected by something deeper. And that deeper connection is the sound of right now connection being created in real time. And that is the message I want to make sure people really hang on to today.
Ooh. Well, I hear that message. I got that. That came loud and clear right there, Heather. Thank you for that. And I wonder if there was a young woman watching, what would you say to her if she was just starting out and she was feeling like maybe she wanted to make a podcast or put her best foot forward? Like someone that's like, she's 21. She's 21 and she's in New York and she just got there. What are you going to say to her, Heather?
I am going to say that you are your biggest strength. You are filled with resilience and promise and potential that you don't realize. So never let anyone make you feel less than you are. Use your strength to reach out, to create communities. And I would highly recommend to anyone who's just starting out, especially in the cannabis industry, to be fearless in their love and respect and kindness towards all voices, and to include as many people as you can in every conversation that you have. That's the best advice that I can offer.
Krista, do you have anything left for Heather before we let her go and tell us where she can find us, where we can find her?
No, that's amazing. I would love to. It sounds like we're very much aligned, and I know that's why Kelly puts these together and connects us as well. So I look forward to tapping in and checking out your podcast and being able to get more involved. And I would love, obviously for you to do the same. Like Kelly was saying, we get together every last Tuesday of the month, and I'd be happy to have you and share everything that you do.
I would love that. It's been lovely to be here with you ladies and with the audience today. Be sure that you continue connections, that we make bridges, that we keep supporting women and building each other up so we can accomplish things that we can do together that maybe we can't accomplish alone. If you want to find me, I'm on Through the Oculus is on Spotify as well as YouTube, and online on Instagram. We are Pantheon Podcasts. But if you just want to touch base with me, my Instagram is hj.allman, ALLMAN. So I will drop all that into the comment section for you, and feel free to reach out on a personal or professional level. I am always here to listen, always.
Thank you. I'm going to reach out and follow you. All of those things. Thank you, Heather. Thank you so much for joining us today. Wow. Okay, we've had 2 guests so far, and hopefully everybody is seeing that along the screen you can donate to Nooni's PayPal. This is the reason why we're here. We're doing a telethon for charity here at Crohn's Charity. Crohn's Charity Service at gmail.com is the PayPal, and you can donate there. But you can go in the upper left-hand corner and scan that, and that goes right to her PayPal as well. Do you hear the music, Krista, that is sort of in the background?
I do.
Happy music. One of our hosts made that for today. His name is Otis Galloway. He's in Scotland, and he created it. So I'm giving a shout out to Otis because he does that. He creates music for backgrounds of things. So if anybody's looking for Otis, he makes great music. Okay, awesome. We have a friend from far away, a sister. This woman is pioneering in Iceland. She is. And when I say pioneering, like, she feels that call, Krista, that like call for the plant and Mother Nature. And her name is Tota Thorin. I hope I'm saying that right. You'll say it right, my sister. I call her Tota because I say it better when I say that. Are you here, my love? Are you here?
Yes, I am. I'm trying to turn on my camera. What's going on? Doesn't want to turn on.
That's
yes.
Okay. Hello. Hey. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Krista, this is Thorn. This is Krista in Florida. I'm so excited to introduce the two of you. Thank you for joining us. Tell us what's going on. You're in Iceland. What's the weather like? Tell us all about you right now.
Oh, we have a really good weather today. Unbelievable. But it's been a very nice winter, I have to say, compared to the last few ones. But yeah, we're just in Iceland preparing our next conference or our summit. We're going to change it over to summit. So I've been fighting for legalization in Iceland since 2019. I've been involved with cannabis for 20 years or so. I have been making oils for patients and protocols and helping them to integrate cannabis into their life and making hopefully more functional patients, as we say. And now I've been doing these summits and conferences for the last 3-4 years, and I'm doing my 4th edition this year in Iceland on September 18th to the 20th of September. And it's a little bit different, I think, compared to most other conferences because we do not have any legalization. So we do just talk about fun things. We don't need to talk about the business or legal, any laws or regulations. So we just talk about really what nature can do for us and what we can do for nature and how we can coexist in this world and be better. And we do focus a lot on women's health. So last year we got a couple of professors and scientists and doctors that put together a women's workshop, how to regulate your body through cannabis. And it went very well. And we're going to keep on building on that workshop and take it further. And it was a really good workshop and everybody was very happy with it, and we're going to keep on working on that. And of course, because I come from Iceland, and I don't know if you know that we are the most independent women in the world, they say. We all women in Iceland walked out from work in 1975, and we're talking every woman, and they all went on a strike for just being women. And everything went on the side in this country because men realized they didn't know how to cook or where the kids were in school. So it really affected everything. And from there, we have been fighting for equal salaries and just equal position in the world. And that's why we do focus on getting as many women speakers to our conference to lift the women. And this is so just for a little, Barney Goldstein is going to be with us this year. We're going to get Megan McBengu. We're getting Rebecca Abraham. These are like a psychedelics and cannabis nurses who are doing amazing work. And this is, of course, what we're going to be focusing on is making an event where we will break it down in a couple of sections. We will interact a lot together. We will have some sound healing, some laughter yoga, and do some geothermal swimming. This is how we do it in Iceland. And it is more about the human part of this fight that we have of getting that plant freed. And, as we say, we don't want to have any laws on it if it would be up to me, but sorry, we do need, and yeah. So we just try to make this a fun thing while we don't have anything to work on except legalization.
That's a big thing to work on, my friend. Legalizing cannabis in your country, but if anybody can do it, it would be you. And that is remarkable.
We have a problem in Scandinavia because we are in the back of the legalization, because our governments, we have a lot of problem with alcohol here in the Scandinavian countries, and that's why they don't want to legalize cannabis, because they think they're going to add in extra substance that would, harm the people. And as we know, most countries that have legalized, or states, usually go less drinking, more peaceful things going on and things like that. So we need to find a way to get the right info to our government, but they seem to be very uneducated and they really don't know the plant at all. So this is a big, a lot of work in front of us, but we will not give up because we want to live with that plant.
Wow. Have you ever met a real Viking before, Krista? This is a Viking here. Like, what? She's got her whatever the Vikings have, their axe, and she's ready to take anybody on to legalize cannabis. I love that about you.
I love that.
Remarkable.
Yeah. So but we know, as I say, everybody's welcome to come to Iceland. We do have a lot of fun things. We do a lot of walk around Iceland, sightseeing, and try to make it a little bit experiment for you to enjoy Iceland too. So I would like to get the support of everyone, and if you'd like to come, please reach out. We would love to have you all over, and hopefully I'll be to Canada to visit Kelly very soon.
Heck yes. We need
next
some of
thing. I need to know. I need to know more people in Canada and get to know Canada. I haven't been there, but it's always been on top of my list, I have to say.
Yes. Well, we'll take you anytime that we can get you. And I love how you referenced how independent Icelandic women are. That is remarkable. And a lot of your government is run by women. And you had the big Free the Nipple Day. Remember that?
Yes,
not too long ago?
And we have the days of the what we call it, I don't know, the horse or something, and then we'll go all downtown walking little clothes and being a little extreme, and just to show people, because it's all her fault because she dressed like that. It's not something that we will take here. So but I'm not saying we have a long road to fight still. The fight is never finished. That's the thing. And we can see a decline in these things of independence has gone a little bit backwards, and a lot of things the sexuality and other things. So there's a lot of things being demonized right now in the world. So I think it's very important for us women to really stand up and stand together and make sure that we all get our voice and we're able to, to stand up for our life and everything, because the things that are going on in the world right now are not the right way. And hopefully this era will finish soon and something good and better will come.
Yeah. Well, with voices like yours leading the way, we will have change sooner than later. So thank you for that.
So, definitely.
And where can we find you? I know everybody that's watching right now is thinking, where can I find her? Where can we find her? I need her action figure.
So it is. We have a page called hempforthefuture.is. And of course, we have our pages in Facebook in Icelandic. So it's Hampfélagið and Hampi fyrir framtíðina. But I will just add that into the comments.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining today. Krista, do you have anything left for our Viking?
I was gonna ask, when's the next conference or event in?
It will be on the 18th to the 20th of September, which is a great time to come to Iceland, because that's when you can see the northern lights and you can enjoy day and night in Iceland. But if you're in the summertime, we just have daytime. If you come in December, we just have nighttime. So this is a perfect time to get a little taste of both what we have.
That's awesome. Might have to do that.
September. We're going to Iceland in September.
Yeah, Krista, you should come together.
Yes, we're coming for sure. We'll be there for sure.
Okay, thank you so much for
Thank you so
inviting
much
me,
for
and
joining.
Kelly,
Thank you.
thank you for all your amazing work. You are one of the toughest lady I met in the industry. Keep up the good job, for all of us. I love you, girl. Keep on. And very nice to meet you, Krista. Thank you for inviting me, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow.
We're
We're meeting some wonderful women today.
Yes.
And we're here to support our charity. We'll put that up there real quick. Our Crohn's charity, Noonie. Crohn's charity service at gmail.com if you would like to donate. PayPal. We're just going to keep it going. We're going to go to Canada to someone. I don't know if you've met JJ. I don't know. I'm not sure if you've met JJ O'Brien before. When I think of when people come to me and they ask questions about how to heal themselves with cannabis, with cancer, this is the person that I send them to. This is the person I think about. And so she's living here, proof that you can heal yourself with cannabis. Her name is JJ O'Brien from Educanation. Hello, JJ.
Hello, Kelly. How are you? Hi, Krista.
Thank you so much for joining. This is Krista Jones. Nice to introduce the two of you.
Yeah, great to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for having me, and what an incredible event so far, and amazing voices that we've heard so far today. Very honored and grateful to be here.
Yes.
Oh, wow. When if someone also were to come to me and say, hey, Crohn's, that's what we're talking about today, Crohn's or colitis, can we heal that with cannabis? I would say, hold on, let me talk to Educanation. Let me talk to JJ O'Brien, because I know that there are people that do help their symptoms, their Crohn's symptoms with cannabis. Before we get into all of the things great you are, can we talk about that for a second? Because I know you have answers.
When talking about Crohn's?
Yeah, with cannabis.
Yeah,
people that are using cannabis
I think it's
for
a very
Crohn's.
important conversation that we're having today, because I lost someone in my family who suffered from Crohn's, and he died young and before his time from complications of the disease. So, and yeah, we do know that this plant can help. I have yet to find something that this plant doesn't really help, but with Crohn's as well, it's inflammatory, and we've seen a lot of great research with CBD, and of course other cannabinoids. But it's a very wonderful healing plant. It was a remarkable transformative plant for me, and really transformed my circumstances when I was diagnosed with stage 4 non-small cell lung cancer in November of 2019. And I was told I was inoperable, incurable, and terminal, and wasn't really offered any options. And that's where, I started searching for alternatives to what they were offering me. And I had rekindled a relationship that I had had with cannabis after learning about it in a whole new way, and learning about it as a medicine, which I didn't understand it as such until I found myself in this position. And then once, I started with it, everything changed overnight, honestly. For me, I'm not saying that, that would happen for everybody, but for me, my circumstances changed overnight. Everything that I was going through transformed, and I was immediately, sold on this plant, and that it was going to work for me. And I just became so passionate about learning everything that I could, and joining other people who were learning about the plant as well, and building community and sharing everything that we were learning as well. So that's a big part of what I'm doing today too.
Yes. Yes. And I
Yeah.
love that, all of it. I love it. And you answered my question right away because I knew that you would, because you're a published author now, that you actually
Yeah.
talk about cannabis and healing. Can you talk about your book? Tell
Oh
everybody
my
about your
goodness.
book,
I'm just
JJ.
still on cloud nine with all of this. It has been a dream of mine since I've been a little girl to write a book. And, for this to be the book, it means a lot. So yeah, this is High Hopes for Healing, Stigma-Free Education on Thriving Through Cancer with Cannabis. And it just came out. March 8th was the publication date. So just last week. And this is really the book that I wish somebody handed me after I was diagnosed with cancer and went looking for all these alternatives and trying to learn about cannabis. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot to learn about this plant. Like, we're even still just scratching the surface about what we know. And as somebody who is already in crisis, in a health crisis, trying to navigate all this information in the world where information is being thrown at us everywhere we turn, this is just something that is approachable and digestible for anybody and everybody who is potentially, going to deal with cancer, going to be caring for somebody who's going to be dealing with cancer and have no idea about cannabis, but want to just scratch the surface about what they can, the potential of it. So that's what this book is about, High Hopes for Healing, just so that people can, get a good base of information to make an informed decision about if cannabis is going to be right for them. So I'm hoping that it will help people and bring people, into the plant a little bit. I've seen it work wonders for people, and I've seen a lot of what conventional medicine does. And I wish for the plant that that many people would come to it first instead of, just going along with tradition. There's a lot of options for us out there, and this plant is just so healing and so safe and effective and not harmful to us that why not give that a shot first instead of all of the things that are really harmful to us as well.
Yes. Yeah. Wow,
Yes.
JJ. That's so impressive. Krista, there's not just JJ, there's a whole pack of these women that run together, literally in like this wolf pack of like super women. They're called Educanation. Isn't that a cool name? Educanation.
I like it. I like
and they're in Canada, and they're all certified cannabis educators. So there's like, I'm serious. There's like and they're all women, and they speak just like JJ. JJ, will you tell Krista and the rest of us a little bit about Educanation?
Yes, I would love to. Yes, Educanation is a nonprofit in Canada. We're just dedicated to providing the highest standard of responsible education, and we're all patients first who just are here supporting other patients and caregivers. And then as well, we are an association of certified cannabis educators. So we support other coaches and educators in the cannabis space, and we're all about building community and about continuing education and just working together to, raise each other's voices and also, give a voice to this plant as well that needs it so much. And it has been a paid membership for 5-6 years now, but we have just decided that we are going to open up our membership. So the paid membership will just be the Association of Certified Cannabis Educators, but we had a community and leadership membership that was paid, where that was where all our continued education offerings were given to, and we are really excited to be opening it up on the first day of spring. So just after March 20th, you can come to educanation.info and just subscribe to our newsletter, sign up. And then once you sign up, you'll get the newsletter, and that's going to let you know about all our offerings that we have every month. And you can come to those for free. We want to build our community, grow together, learn together, and just, keep it going. So we're really, really excited. And there are so many really big things that we have going on at Educanation. And we have Dr. Uva Bleshing as our Chief Science Officer, who comes once a month to provide education to the group. And we are always, providing that continued education, different events where we come together where you can ask questions and we can talk about wins and challenges and whatever's happening in the cannabis space. That's a little bit about us. There's so much that we do. And Kelly has just always been such an incredible supporter of us. We love Kelly, and thank you so much for just always, sharing about us and the work that we're doing. So we really appreciate you.
It's super important. For
It's
real
awesome.
though, that's the kind of stuff and that's why I'm excited to introduce you to Americans that need to hear more about what you're doing, because now it's free there's free, you
Yeah.
offer them. I got goosebumps when you were saying that, because
Yes,
like
after the
they
20th, so
offer
we're really
so
excited
much.
to grow this
Wow,
community. For sure.
that's a
That's
lot. Oh, thank
Mhm.
you. Thank you.
yeah. I'll
Okay, so if you
definitely-
wouldn't mind just putting it into the comments, so that people can follow along with you, JJ, where they can find you and where they can find Education as well.
Yes, I would be happy
Yeah.
to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
so
Thanks
much.
for joining us.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
joining us.
Thank you, Krista. Bye for now.
Bye.
Great-
Bye.
You,
Krista,
you always have
our
the best
guests are-
people.
That's what I'm showing off right now, because you always have the best people. So I'm flexing
I'm
my
impressed.
humans right now, because
Okay,
your
okay.
humans are unbelievable.
I love it.
We have we're going down south of the border now,
Okay.
all the way to the very first country that legalized cannabis for adult use, in Uruguay. Susan Stoneman. Hi, Susan.
Hello, Miss Kelly. Nice to meet you, Krista.
Great to meet you, Susan.
Susan's
very
been
excited.
pioneering in Uruguay since, I think, was it before just before legalization? And you
No.
live off like a mountainside where you've like dug into the ground and made your own, like, so for real, almost, right? Like you're that like off the grid pretty much there. I love hearing about it. Will you tell us, tell us about you?
Sure. I am proud to live in the first country in the world to legalize. We're a very small country. I was really excited to meet someone from Iceland as well. We share a common thing. Iceland has more horses per capita, but next is Uruguay. We have more horses per capita than any country in the world. And it's kind of not a fair fight, because there's all those Icelandic ponies and not very many people. So I like to say that we have the most, but not technically true. And yes, we were the first country in the world to legalize over 12 years ago now, and our system is very, very different. You must register. There's 3 ways to access. You can get it at a pharmacy, so talk about medicine, but we have no medical. It's all adult use. So you can register to obtain your cannabis at a pharmacy, and it is actually provided by the government. There are 3 companies that are licensed to grow, but the government gave them both land and security to do it on. And then you can join a club, which is kind of a social thing. So talk about community. It's they're small groups, and we have, I think, over 800 clubs now in the country. Or you can register to be a home grower. And as you know, many countries and even places that it's legal, the home growing thing is very restricted. And I'm a huge fan of that. I truly believe the only way to know 100% what's in your cannabis is to grow it yourself. I understand that there are other things in place and other options. And I imagine that someday, wouldn't it be cool if there were like community gardens for cannabis, like they have plots in the UK, where those that live in an apartment building or couldn't possibly grow their own at home could go rent a space and grow their pot there? Like, how cool would that be?
That'd be
Anyways, so maybe someday. That's a longer term dream. Like, and cannabis has just played a really important role in my life and my health. I'll be 68 next month. I'm proud to say I've now been smoking, I think, over 50 years. And my current project is a community, and I'm really fortunate to be, and I'm also a home grower. My big year, Kelly, you made me laugh. I actually ran 50 plants by myself one summer outside. It was insane. And trim time, Krista, who's a trimmer, you can imagine all by my little self with my little fiskars what that month was like.
Oh yeah. Roll those sleeves up and make that.
Oh
Do you
my
trim with
goodness gracious.
gloves? Or I want to know, do you trim with gloves? Both of you, or do you trim with your bare
No.
skin?
Bare skin.
Just bare skin?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely if I ran out of gloves, that wouldn't stop me, but definitely use gloves. I would actually save my gloves and freeze them in the freezer, and then I would just have jars and jars and jars of scissor hash. I used it like currency. I would be like, when it first came out, people would die for that. So But yeah, definitely.
Actually, I do remember I have used gloves in the past, but the last cut I didn't grow this year. I'm still haven't gone through all what we have. And I've discovered that growing outdoors here is just really tough. We hit this period right now because for us it's summertime. We're getting ready to go into fall right now, being down here in the southern hemisphere. And this week of March is always cold nights, very damp, and you wake up to this foggy morning where you can't see a thing, and you can just say, make me mold, make me botrytis. There's no way around it. And you watch these beautiful plants that you've nurtured all summer just rot from the inside out. And so yeah, it's a little frustrating. But I went to visit a friend of mine that grows in town the other day, and literally his plants are like 4 times the size as I am. And this year we had a huge breakthrough. Now you can actually now purchase clones. And so that at our expo this year, so every year in Uruguay, we have the Cannabis Expo. It's always the first weekend in December. And this year, for the first time ever, you were able to purchase clones, which is really exciting for people. Well, the funny part was I'm thinking, how are they going to do this? Like, you know, how are they going to know if you're like a registered person? So I asked the guy, I said, like, what's the scoop here? And he's like, well, we can't ask if you're registered because that's a violation of your privacy. So we just have to assume that you're legal to grow.
Oh, okay.
I was like, well, that's an interesting solution. And it's very Uruguayan, actually.
I like it.
Anyways. So that's kind of, you know, I love talking about what we've done down here because it is very different. Medicine and medical is just finally getting a hold, and it's because our medical system really wanted to be able to ensure dosage and consistency in the product, you know, when treating. And so we've done a lot of they're doing a lot of university studies. They're trying to really work out how does the medical profession here help patients really get what they need. So that's kind of, it's been going on for years. There's a really good professor that speaks almost every year at the expo that I've been following her progress. And slowly but surely we're making progress. So all the growers that make product here, a lot is now for medical. We also export a lot. We are responsible for the largest exportation of cannabis ever happened in the world. We sent it all to Germany. So that's what goes on down in South America.
That's amazing. I love to hear about it. I love to hear about what is happening down there because it's a little bit different than what happens here. We don't have cannabis clubs here in Canada. Do you have them there in Florida, Krista? I don't think so. Do you? Is that the model there at all?
No, I mean, there's kind of clubs and like more like cliques, especially with like more of the legacy and space like that. But there's more like C-Lab Association is a club and an association, but it's more, you know, corporate and structured. A lot of clubs were in Oregon. They had more like clubs like in Oregon where it was like a club, a members only club, and then you could smoke and do things in there. That was starting to happen in Colorado as well. I believe in New York, there's a lot of places like that as well. But in Florida, not so much.
Just to note, the club here is very different in that the club grows for the people that are members, and only members are allowed to buy at the club. So you have the club has to register. There's all these, you know, things they have to follow. But so the club usually has between 30 and 50 members. And it's very funny because when I first came to Uruguay for the very first time is right after they legalized, and there was nothing available, and it's only for residents of Uruguay too. It's not for tourists. They're actually exploring maybe selling a tourist pass of some sort that would allow tourists to then participate while they were here.
I like that.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's enticing.
It's very well, you know, it's always been legal in Uruguay to share your cannabis. It's never been illegal to possess it or share it. So you have no worries when you come to check out our little part of the world, because plenty of people. I have this vision of going to the beach in the summer. I live very close to what's known as the Riviera of South America, and all the rich Argentinians come over in summer. It's called Punta del Este. Have you ever seen those blue fingers coming out of the sand in the photos? That's Punta del Este.
Lovely.
And walk around and be the doobie fairy and just give away doobies. I often give away doobies as I go around my daily life. Like the people that collect money, their job is to try to help people park their cars, and they earn a little bit of money that way. And so I never tip with money, but if you smoke, you may have I travel with a little rolled up case of doobies, and I just pass them out to people.
You do need wings. We need to get you some wings, Susan. I love it.
I'll wrap up because my time is up. And
where people can find you if they are looking
and
want to meet you. Yeah.
I just want to say I'm part of this amazing new platform for building communities online. It's like nothing you've ever seen before. Kelly I don't know if you saw it on your screen or you're just listening. And it will be going public in April. And so I'll be able to really launch. I've created Tokers, the virtual joint, the world's first online place where canna lovers can gather and smoke together. And so inspired by my first visit to Amsterdam 20 years ago. So I'll drop the email in. So there's not a lot publicly yet because I've been waiting for the software to be publicly available. I've been a beta tester for the last 3 months. And so we have some exciting things coming up. And this has been a great adventure. And you're all welcome to stop by the joint.
The joint, the Tokers Lounge. I'm in a virtual Tokers Lounge. I'm in. Wonderful. Thank you, Susan.
Imagine Cheech and Chong ran Cheers. That's the atmosphere.
Everyone knows your name, or they would
That's
forget
right.
it after the first few joints. Okay.
Fair enough.
Thank
fair
you
enough.
so much. Thank you.
Ciao.
Bye, Susan. Wow, I'd like to go to a virtual cannabis lounge. I think that would be amazing to do that. I would love that.
I mean, how smart is that? You know, that is an amazing idea.
Especially since now we're meeting friends from all around the world, and we want to have our sesh with our friends from all over the world. I love it. Hey, we're here to celebrate women and also to celebrate charity. If you are interested in donating to the charity that we're doing the telethon for, it's Crohn's Charity Service at gmail.com. That's the PayPal. You can get it in the upper corner there with the QR code, or down below with the rolling bar that's rolling across. Wow, we're having so much fun. You know what I think is that I think it would be good to go to one of the virtual lounges and see a drag queen show. What do you think? Would you like that? A drag queen show? Okay, what if there was a drag queen cannabis show and it was called Canadrag, and it was a pioneering show coming out of Calgary, Alberta, run by the most incredible woman named Anisha Reindorf. Would you go to that, Krista? Because she'll create it in real life. Could you do it in the virtual lounge, Anisha?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Hi, everybody. Hi, Kelly. Thank you for having me. And nice seeing you again, Krista.
You too.
Most definitely. I'm like, oh my gosh, do I need to bring Canadrag online? Does everyone need to see it online? Is this going to be worldwide now?
Yeah, it absolutely is. Who doesn't need Canadrag, right? And if we can't get to Canada to see it, then we just have to do it virtually.
1000%.
I'm in. Thanks for joining us today, Anisha, you pioneer empress in Canada. Hey, can you tell us about Haiku, the award-winning Haiku, and Canadrag?
Yes. Thanks, Kelly. My name is Anisha Reindorf. A founder of Haiku Co. and Haiku Co. Productions. I'm actually based in Edmonton, Alberta right now, but I am traveling throughout Canada, originally from Toronto. And I work in the intersectionality of cannabis, art, music, drag, and community events, and just trying to make my mark as a Black queer woman in the cannabis industry, especially out here in like the Texas of Canada, Alberta.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead.
It kind of is, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry about that. The Edmonton, which is even more north in Alberta, so even more Texas. The more north you go here is the more south you go down there. And you know, a little bit harder for women, I think, and for women of color. So thanks for identifying that. Anisha, if someone were to start out today and they were in a space like that, maybe they're in Texas, watching from Texas, and they're a young woman that wants to start out and they're, you know, identifying with what you're saying, what would you say to them? What would you say to encourage them?
Basically just to stay true to your purpose. Cannabis is a fast moving industry and the people in it really do make an impact. So bringing yourself to the forefront and having a voice for yourself, especially as women. We are here to take up space, and we do not need permission for that. The cannabis industry is female. It was, the cannabis plant is female, and we wouldn't even have legalization here in Canada without the queer community. So putting it back on that, focusing on the plant itself and bringing it back to marginalized folks, I think it's really important right now, especially in certain marginalized areas. Community and activism is cannabis, and we've seen that throughout history. So why not be at the forefront of it?
I love it.
That's awesome.
I completely agree. I love it. I love it. Thanks for saying that. That was so perfect.
I always say that in the grow when I was in the cultivation side. I was like, no males allowed in here because it's all, female plants. And it's true.
That's what we can see. We need the men for the hemp. We need the male plant for the hemp. But when it comes to and their seed, but when it comes to running things, no offense, men, we appreciate you. But this is about sisterhood today. So that's beautiful. And thank you for that. What's next for you, Anisha? What's next coming up with you, with Haiku, I always say it right, haiku.co and Canadrag?
Oh my goodness. So we already have the year planned out for here in Alberta. We are trying to make moves across Canada once again because the show needs to be seen by everyone. And here you are telling me it needs to be online. So I guess I got to get that in the works now. So we do have our upcoming show in April. We have a lot of stuff happening in April, especially with the Canadian Cannabis and Tourism Association having the Cannabis Summit with you, Reverend Kelly, and I'm so excited to be a part of that. So we have that getting ready for 420, and then New Amsterdam Cafe is also doing their Cannabis Summit. So I'm going to have Canadrag over there whilst I'm in Niagara because, can't stop, won't stop. I'll be in 2 different places at once. And then I'll fly back to Edmonton and do our 420, late for 420 Canadrag show over here. And then, just traveling throughout Canada once again, bringing the show to different spaces. Also working heavily on our Canna Bliss yoga, trying to break the stigma there. So bringing the plant and plant events back to females and the queer community and marginalized folks. And just seeing representation matters. So just having these events are really important, especially the yoga event right now, where the world is kind of chaotic and weird. And, it's a nice time for us to come together and just kind of take a Zen moment. I feel like yoga is very interpreted in different ways, so we try to do it in our own way. So we literally have sound bowl to Wu-Tang and Lauryn Hill and Erykah Badu and making it what feels good for me and what suits me and my needs. But it's for everybody as well, and we do have seated yoga. So just making it accessible for everybody is really important right now in this time and space that we're in.
Yeah. I'm up for that playlist. I'm up for some downward dog. That's good. I love it. Let's get there. I'm there. I'm coming to that class. Erykah, thank you. Thank you so much for coming and for joining and for sharing yourself and for continuing to say the things that most people won't say. And that is during Black Culture Month, and that is during Women's Month. And you're always shouting people out, okay, where's our allies? Where's our allies? And I love that about you. So keep saying it, keep talking about it. Hey, will you put your stuff in the comments over there so everybody can find you?
Most definitely. And it's so lovely, just hearing all these amazing women in this chat today. I'm feeling like I'm learning so much, and I think we just need to go and travel. Can we do a little trip around the world of a females in cannabis trip? That would be amazing.
Yep, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. That's on next. Yep. That's coming up next. We're going to fundraise for it.
Meals in here to help.
Thank you so much, Anisha.
You got it. Thank you so much, everybody. Have an amazing Women's Month, and I can't wait to hear more from everybody else.
Thanks, Anisha. Bye-bye. We are doing it today. We're just motoring through them all, Krista. Again. Everybody does. Everybody has amazing stories and their
Amazing.
voice. And lots of people are watching. So thank you to everybody that's tuning in on all the different social media platforms. We're on Facebook right now and LinkedIn and YouTube and all over the place. So thanks for everybody that's tuning in. And we are here for a really good reason. We're live doing a telethon with women today so that we can give back to the Crohn's charity right here. There you go. Crohn's Charity Service Foundation, Noonie there in the United States of America. And so if you would like to donate, her PayPal is down below. And you can also go in the upper left-hand corner to the QR code. Okay, we have one woman, but she is not here. So we're going to hope that she'll come on in the end. Next in line that is here, we have Tony. Hi, Tony.
Hey,
Hi.
Tony.
You're
Oh,
just a little
yeah.
muted. Just a little muted. Just a little muted.
The sun is getting to me.
Hi,
Hi,
love.
everyone. Hi, Krista. Good to see you again.
Good to
Hello,
see you.
everybody out there. I thought I'd show off the California beauty and show you my fruit tree in the back and the less clothing and the sunshine. Sorry, not sorry.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It looks so warm. Is it warm where you are, Krista, too? Like in Florida, you're hot there? Is it warm?
It's supposed to be warm, but it's really rainy and cloudy and cold today, unfortunately. But
I'm in a snowstorm, if anybody would like to know, in the middle of March, when we've been having consistent snowstorms for 6 months. What's happening here? Thanks, Tony, for rubbing it in.
I'm 74 degrees.
We'll make a snowman later. Hey, Tony used to be with our network doing Wellness with Tony, the podcast, one of my most favorite podcasts ever. And now she is a published author touring the world with her book, of course. And I'm so proud of you, my friend. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've been doing? Like, we haven't seen much of you lately. And your book, of course.
Yes. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, I have not been seen most lately, especially this time of the year. I'm a spring baby and I go into like hibernation from like the holidays until really we get out here in the spring. So I'm germinating. I am germinating. And it was that germination space where I really got into writing my book, Grow Your Own Way. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Nice.
But it was published in July of 2025, and it was a book that had been in the works for over a decade, well over a decade. I like to say the book is not a how-to, a tool for anything. It is truly just my story of embodied wellness and how it birthed the life that I live, which is, when I say that, I mean unique to me, because we all have unique lives of wellness, but often we can get drawn into the fads or what someone else is doing or what that looked like, instead of going deep into ourselves and looking at our wellness. So this book is the foundation of my embodied wellness. And what I found in writing it, that it was based on 4 embodied practices of self-care, lifestyle, movement, and so important, the mindset. And in writing and in living, I realized, wow, this is how I really altered my life trajectory. And I'm in the cannabis space as well. I talk about that in my book and how that actually has played a huge role in the wellness piece of my own embodied wellness. And Krista, I met you, and Kelly, I met you when I was really deep into the California cannabis space as a test. I call myself the word escapes me, but where I'm using myself to learn more about it, and then how I can put that out in the world. And one of the things I found lacking was the wellness piece, really from that embodied space, and how one person's method of usage does not need to be yours. The strains, the amounts, just really sitting back and trying to educate others on removing the stigma, first of all, and then introducing the wellness. Because most people here that I ran into in California, their knowledge was coming more from a health standpoint. which is great. We need that. It's amazing. But before we get to the house, let's talk about our individual wellness so we can make it a partnership with our health and a partnership with our healthcare providers. So that's the intention behind my book, to really see how I utilize and abuse prescription medications, and then changing that throughout my wellness journey to not taking any prescription medications at all, but using my garden and using natural products and cannabis to help shape my life as it is today. So
That's awesome.
I love it. Woo! Tony, I love your garden. I love when you show us all of your different things in your garden. Those were my favorite episodes that you would do, because that is so important that we remember that we can grow our own medicine in our own backyards if we have, or if we don't have a backyard, we could use like a balcony or a flower pot. But you would tell us a windowsill, even inside, right? And give us ideas of I think you made like an indoor greenhouse that sat on your table, right? So like, right? And that's so important. That's our medicine. We forget those things.
And then it's what to do with it. There was, I think it was Susan. I don't want to misspeak. And let me just say, shout out to everybody that's been on here. Just amazing. I'm enjoying hearing everyone's story. But she talked about taking care of her 8 plants, I think it was. I'm like, I have trouble with this too. I just kill one and grow the other. You know, it works out like that. But it is that simple. And here in California, you can grow 6 plants on your property. So really getting that message out. And when I talk about embodied wellness, that's what I mean, showing you the process, and then showing you what to do with it and how to use it. So as the summer goes on, y'all can expect more. I have a ton of weed in the closet drying. She talked about also breaking it down. I'm so lazy. I'm like, I've got to get to this. Yeah. So I'm going to make it content for everyone to enjoy. If I do it with me, a little, show you how to use it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Tony. Thanks so much. Hey, Tony, will you tell us where we can find you in the comments? So make sure you put it over there, because I know that people are going to want to look for you, and tell us here as well.
I sure will. I am at Tony Wellness Official. That's my website. And one thing I really want to share with everyone is I have a Grow Your Own Way collective. Yes, it did come from the book here. It's on Substack. So you can go over to Substack and subscribe there. Tony Grow Your Own Way collective. And that is where I'm going to be doing a lot of, I have some writing over there. I write now more. So I've been really just introspective, and I don't know. I'm enjoying community, and I'm enjoying doing things right here in my neighborhood. So I find myself pulling back from social media quite a bit, and trying to find that balance, because it is necessary. But I'm doing some wonderful things in the community that I'll talk about when it's time. And yes, I want people to find me on the Substack, and I will put the rest in the comments.
Beautiful. Thank you, Tony. Thank you so much for dropping by today. Bye.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I wish I was I'm California dreaming now. California. I was gonna say I wish I was in California. I wish I was there. My gosh, that sunshine on her face. Hey, we're here also to raise some money for Noonie, for your special friend Noonie, for her charity, Crohn's Charity Service. You can see it down below. I'm gonna come when I come down and meet you. I hope that maybe I can meet Noonie. Do you think that you can take me to meet Noonie too?
Definitely. She actually usually does a huge private event in Las Vegas as well for MJ Biz, so we'll have to see if she's doing that this year.
Oh, now I really have to come. I'm going to come to Las Vegas for you and Noonie.
Yes.
Hey, you know what? I have a friend that's coming right now. I'm sure you've been to MJ Biz, Joyce Gerber. Have you been there before? They would they would build a statue for you there or something, right? Did they make one for you?
That was that. Oh, we were nominated. That's true. We were MJ. MJ's. We were nominated for an MJ.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry?
Joyce Gerber, thank you for joining us today from Massachusetts. Did I say that right? Because I really like that word, Massachusetts.
And it's cold and snowy. It's cold and snowy.
It's cold and snowy there. Good. I was not the only one sitting in snow. What is going on with this winter? It's been like ever. I feel like winter's gone on for 2 years. There's going to be White Walkers coming soon. Joyce, I'm so excited to have you here. Oh my gosh. Krista and Joyce, do you know each other then? No, you do not know each other.
Oh, I know. I stepped away. I've been away from the cannabis world for about 2 years, but I'm back, and I'm so happy to see everybody.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I just looked you up on LinkedIn to see if we were connected, and we are connected. But I don't believe we've gotten too acquainted. So I'm happy to be here.
Excited. Hey, I feel like I haven't seen you in ages, Kelly.
I know. We keep running into each other on social media, but it's nice to have you a part of the show and to be connecting with you. It's always an honor. I've always been a big fan of yours, Joyce. Hey, will you tell Krista where you're from, a little bit about you and our audience? Share a little bit about Joyce.
Awesome. All right, so I am Joyce Gerber. I'm out here in Cambridge, Massachusetts. I am the creator and host of an award-winning podcast called The Canna Mom Show, where we were talking about the women in this cannabis industry. I did that for 6 years. Talked to a lot of women, have inspired, and 2024 we actually stopped recording the podcast. It was just starting to be hard to get sponsors, whatever. You're in cannabis, you know what it's like.
Unfortunately.
But she keeps pulling it back in. You can't stay away. And for the whole time, I always had an idea that, the power of stories, that's kind of what the podcast was. And that, the way you change hearts and minds is through stories and people seeing themselves in the narrative. So I had this idea for cannabis-friendly fiction where women, the heroines, are always cannabis smokers, sophisticated stoners. And they just are part of the story, and cannabis is just integrated. Yeah. So anyways, I wrote it because if you want something done, you just do it yourself. So I wrote which is harder than it sounds. It's a contemporary romance, but for cannabis lovers, I call it a cannabis romance. It is being launched on 4/20. The entire project was literally worked backwards from the 4/20 date. And I thought I wasn't going to finish it, and I was like, I'll just wait another year, but I did. And now I'm just my invisible string to all my cannabis ladies. I'm reaching out to you to talk about it, and so you can get it out there.
Yeah, it's amazing. But it's a romance. It's a cannabis romance. Talk about that. What do you mean? Share a little bit about it.
So when I give the plug, I'm not that good with my elevator speech yet, but I say it's it's a story of two sisters. It's a story of what happens when two sisters, a priest and a rock star, smoke a joint.
Okay.
Wow. So if you want like a little synopsis, so the heroine is a woman named Annie McGrath. She's a sophisticated stoner who comes back to Cambridge, Massachusetts after having a fight with her husband, a famous rock star out in LA, and decides to stay in Cambridge to help her mom and sister take care of her dying stepfather. And while she's there, she has to deal with the consequences of what happened with the boy across the street, who's now a priest at the local parish, to decide if she should go back or leave her husband, Jean-Pierre.
Oh my goodness.
He's got an exclusive.
Oh boy. Okay. And there's weed that ties it all together, right?
It starts with weed, it ends with weed. We use weed as medicine. We have a cannabis bakery. We just infuse it everywhere because it's just normal, and it should just be part of a story. And the more you see it, the more normal it feels.
Yeah. Hey, Joyce, that's cool.
Yay,
that's actually a very, very cool thing what you just did. I'm so glad that you shared that on here. Wow. And I can see that being on like Netflix or something, or like Prime. Like that's one of those movies that like Lindsay Lohan is in or something, right?
From your mouth to God's ears. There we go, Reverend Kelly.
God heard me. God heard me. I am Reverend Kelly. Hello.
Anyways, I've done it with a lot of help. Just like, women, don't have heroes' journeys are always alone. Heroines' journeys is always together. And I've had so many women, along the journey help me get here, including a whole group of women in publishing. Like, it is a self-published book. I don't have an agent, but you are not self-publishing. Nothing is self-published. You have editors and the graphic designer and the woman who is supporting you every time you feel like you can't do this. And those editors are like therapists, man. They're brutal, but they are there for you when you need them. I don't know. It was a weird relationship.
Bravo, though. Bravo to the women women that are supporting you, that are helping.
Yeah.
Right?
So
sisterhood.
That's what I've been doing.
It's important. Thank you for sharing that with us, for being here today and sharing that with us. So if anybody wants to buy that, where can they buy it? Tell us, and then also put it in the comments so people that are watching can find you.
So I am updating my website. So again, I had a podcast. It was called The Canna Mom Show. We did over hundreds and hundreds of interviews with women across the country, around the world, who are building this industry. This industry should be our industry. She's a caregiver. This industry should be built in our image. That is always what I say. And we just have to crush that stigma. I mean, the stigma around cannabis and caregiving. That's kind of been my niche motto. So my book is called She's Taking a Break. It's a cannabis romance. We are launching on 4/20, where it'll be available on Amazon. It should be local at your. You can order things from your. Again, book industry. It's an industry. It's like a whole nother business. I had to learn. Just like cannabis is crazy. Book publishing has its own. So it's through Amazon. I would love to do events. That's really how it's. I kind of think of this like cannabis marketing, because we have to be so specialized, because we can't really do the normal things that other people do, that we've really gotten used to doing one-on-ones, talking to people, going to bookstores. So I would love to come to your dispensary, talk to you, because I know there are women readers who want to see themselves in women's groups. I'll do virtual events. So I've never done this before. You have to help me do this, and I just think it's a fun story. I'll come to Canada. I might not come back though.
Come to Canada. I'll bring you to Canada. That's right. Flying you in right now, Joyce. Sending the teleporter. Hey, that's amazing. Congratulations.
I would love to.
Thank you.
I've never done this before. I know that there are women out there who would love to read it. You guys have been great. I'm doing as many podcasts as I can from now until 4/20. If I can do like gift bags, I don't know. It's a strange market to I think people are reading. I don't have an audiobook yet. Oh, and the ebook, this is one thing. The ebook should be available in a couple of weeks. And if you contact me, you want to be part of my list, you could be an early reader. And then all I ask is that you give a review, because that's what helps sell books on Amazon, apparently.
Thank you. Amazing. Thank you so much, Joyce.
I'll put that on the
right into the comments so we can find you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye, Joyce. Krista, I want to read that book now. What do you think?
I know.
Do you want to read that book? You want to read that book?
For sure. We got some amazing people and authors in this group.
No, I didn't even know they were all coming to talk about these amazing things. I'm like, man, it makes me want to hustle even harder. Okay, you're doing that. I'm going to do that too. Let's go. But that's why we're here, right? To inspire women, to 100%. Remember that we're sisters. They're all walking together, that we're all doing this together. And Krista, have you ever hugged a tree?
I have not hugged a tree, but Sanja has hugged trees and kissed trees enough for the both of us, I think.
I feel like she would. I just there's something about holding a tree. I am a hippie. I've been a hippie my whole life. And that's what we do. It comes synonymous with that, right? Hippies and tree huggers. The reason I'm bringing that up is we're about to meet a guest that actually made a whole coalition for tree huggers, Krista. Watch this. Sarah, tell us about this. What on earth? Sarah, Tree Hugger Coalition. Sarah, nice to see you. Sarah Gamer, this is Krista. Thank you for joining us.
Happy to meet you, Krista. Thank you so much for hosting this really wonderful day. Listening to all these other women have been very inspirational. So many writers in this group, which is really amazing, because that's my original career path, my entry into cannabism. Oh, sorry, cannabis.
Cannabism.
I like that.
So, as a writer, making up, we're allowed to make up.
I think so. Cannabism. What is cannabism? I like that. It's a new word.
I don't know. We're going to define that later. Yeah. So the Tree Huggers Coalition is my gift back to this industry. I entered it as a writer. I got to see so many behind the scenes, privileged access points all across the sector, and recognizing so many environmental challenges that we face and that we've created. And my gift as a community builder, put this into action. The Tree Huggers Coalition, it's a no-sell philosophy. We're not going to convince you to be an environmentalist. You either are or you aren't. And if you're working in the industry, a stakeholder in the industry, then the Tree Huggers Coalition is there to help you.
Sustainability, right? You think that's what I think about is biodegradable, carbon footprinty, hemp heals the world kind of stuff, right? Granola chewing, right? A little bit.
Absolutely. I like to say I was raised by retired hippies, just from that generation. So the core values come through, right?
I think so. And that is love. And that is, we are one human. We're here, if my footprint is going to be your footprint, and let's work together so that we're not harming. So are there there are a lot of women that you work with, right? Is this sort of like a women's thing? I'm sure there are men,
it
but
happens.
let's talk about
It
your
happens
sisterhood.
that our entire board of directors is women, amazing women. We welcome 2 new board members this year as we're growing. We started with just 3 of us. I've just always been a lifelong feminist, and I think it was the Gina Davis Institute on Media that threw out this stat that men have represented 3-1 to women in kind of across the field. Anywhere that you see stories told, we're hearing stories about that the men 3 times as often. So I thought, okay, well, me as an individual, I'm just going to do everything I can to reverse that in all of my own interactions. So all of my hiring, all of my promoting, all of like the stories that I want to share and uplift are going to be women 3-1. There's some good men out there for sure. But this is an opportunity, right? Like we each have our own chance to write our own stories as it is. So that's the path I've chosen to commit to for all of my projects.
That's
I
awesome.
love it. Thank you. Thanks for igniting the sisterhood. That's what Krista does too. Krista has the highly connected, but the THC girls, right? The highly connected girls up there, and that's what you're doing. This is like we connect sisters.
Right. So we're THC as well, right? The Tree Huggers Coalition, THC Society. We're registered nonprofit, coast to coast now. Yeah. So it's really great. We're strong into our 2nd year, getting ready to make some really good impact after having traveled and done as much research as we could to learn what were the pain points, and then also discovering some amazing superstars along the way.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's very much aligned with what we do. So we're the high country girls. So little low key action too. So we'll definitely have to follow up and connect further too.
Yes, such a joy to meet you.
Put it together, THC and THC. Of course, you're supposed to be friends. Oh, I love it. I love it. Amazing. Thank you so much. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us, for doing what you're doing, for supporting women the way that you are. And I know that people that are watching this are going to want to find you. Would you mind telling us where we can find you and the Tree Huggers Coalition, and then also put it into the comments?
Yeah, absolutely. Instagram is rough for our industry. So we are Tree Huggers Coalition on Instagram for now. That comes and goes. So we just bought the website, treehuggerscoalition.com. That's the easiest. Sarah Gamer, LinkedIn. So simple, right? Keep those ones that we don't get kicked off of as much. And when we're able to actually own and control our content. So we're still growing. They're bare bones right now because volunteer, nonprofit, again, working with a board of incredible women. None of us are doing this as our first job. This is at best our second, probably our third. We are 4 out of 5 of the board members are mothers. So this is just like busy. We're getting there. We're getting a lot of growth, and we haven't put a lot of it into the media yet. It's the real stuff, the behind the scenes stuff that we're making real impact, building our communities, building the volunteer force. But yeah, Sarah Gamer and treehuggerscoalition.com. Super simple.
Beautiful. Are you in BC or are you in Alberta?
I
can't remember.
I'm in BC. I am in BC.
You're in
we
British
have
Columbia. Okay.
Tree Hugger teams in 6 provinces right now.
Wow. Okay, well, I'm signing up. I'm a tree hugger. I'm going to sign up.
Yes, you are.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. Thank you,
Kelly.
Sarah. Thanks for coming in today and for joining us. Oh my gosh. We are here doing a telethon, Krista, for Crohn's charity service. I always see it on the bottom there, but I never remember it. And I hope people are making donations to that. We're here on a telethon talking to incredible women pioneers and women that are changing the world around them. We just had one tree hugger. What if I told you I brought a second tree hugger here? I did, Krista. I brought a second tree hugger, but she's also a chef, an actual award-winning chef right here, Danny Diaz.
Yeah, girl. Hello.
Great to meet you.
Thank you for joining.
You too.
Also in British Columbia. Krista, you know I'm telling you about that show? That show that I've been telling you about, Krista, that So You Think You Can Cook with Cannabis. I was telling you about that, and I'm going to bring it down to America next year. Danny just won that.
Oh,
She
shit.
is British Columbia's best cannabis chef.
Okay.
Yay!
Yes, ma'am.
That is awesome.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So, Danny,
Thank
thank you
you
for
for
joining
having me.
us. Will you talk a little bit about yourself, your cooking, and your tree huggers, and all that you do? Your momming.
Honestly, I am a very busy girl. I have a catering business. I have 3 kids. I'm heavily in the cannabis community. I love, donating my food when we have fundraisers. I'm a tree hugger, like you said. Um, I just love the feeling of community in the cannabis industry, and I feel like I myself and we as a group with tree huggers have made a huge impact positively in the community, and there's just no better feeling than that.
Yeah.
It's definitely the
I love
best.
it. I love it. I love it. And you thrift store shop as well. I forgot that when I was
Yes,
introducing you. I
ma'am.
love that you do that too. That's a big thing to you.
Huge thrifter. I thrift all of my kids' clothes. I thrift most of my own clothes, which is also another initiative that's sort of tied into our tree huggers thing. Telsa puts on a session swap. So we get together, we smoke weed, and then we exchange clothes. You bring your old clothes, you hang them up, and then people come and shop for free.
That's cool.
So not contributing to what's in the landfills is huge for me. It's a huge source of anxiety for me when I think of the waste in the food industry and in the clothing, fast fashion, all that kind of stuff. So it is a huge thing for me to be able to not contribute to that.
That's awesome. I think that's a smart event.
Yeah. Maybe we need them in the US too. Maybe we'll do them down there. Just get all of these ideas and THC girls together.
Right?
Some
For
new recruits for you.
sure. That's what Telsa, the person that started it, she just encourages, because it started with her doing it with 3 of her friends in her living room. And now it's just a huge thing. So whenever people ask her about it, she's like, you should just do your own. Just do it in your living room with your friends, have a sesh, exchange clothes, and have a nice time.
What a smart idea.
It's a good way because we women, right? We need more women to smoke with. We need more women to sesh with. I think that's I know I always go to Krista's virtual sesh on the last Tuesday of the month because we need that community. And although you're virtual, it's connecting. But if we can do it in real life with each other, that's when we have the in real life love. Who doesn't need in real life love? Yeah.
Right.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Exactly.
Danny, what's next for
community,
you?
it opens up a lot of conversation.
Oh,
I think we're losing her. Is it a little bit?
a little fuzzy.
I know it's a little fuzzy. And now she's sideways. Danny, are you there? We're going to put Danny's information in the comments because she actually does catering out in British Columbia and her food is fantastic and she is incredible. And so I love following along with everything Danny is doing. I think we're going to lose her here. She's spicy. She calls herself a spicy Latina and I love all of her videos. And it makes me feel because she's a lot younger than me. So I'm always like, man, I want to be like that. Right? I want the youth captured. She's cool. Danny's so cool. Thank you for joining us, Danny. I'm sorry your tech went a little bit out. We've got 2 more guests. I know we're running into a little bit over time, but they're too special. We have to meet with them, Krista. And one of them is in New York. She's my new friend, and I think actually you know her too. Her name is Fame Neal. Hi, Fame.
Oh my gosh, that's me. Hi, y'all. What's up, Krista? Hi, Kelly. How are you?
How you doing? Good. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, sure. I'm excited to be here. Kelly, I just met with you just a few weeks ago, so it's good to be back so soon. And Krista, we've known each other for years, so it's like family.
You already know.
Yeah, for sure.
Sisterhood.
But yeah, I love what you guys are doing. I just want to say that Krista Krista's not doing it for the gram. Like Krista's consistently showing up and doing this Crohn's fundraiser. And I just wanted to give you your flowers for that, because so many things that people may do in this industry are for clout or just for marketing purposes. And like you literally like, there's no marketing value to Crohn's. Like you're doing this because like you want to contribute to the development and the research that's happening around this disease. So like that is just really dope. And I just had to say that.
No, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And Noonie, who leads the foundation, I mean, she has just been a huge support and somebody that, you know, anytime that we could support and be a part of what she does, it's a must. So I appreciate you, Kelly, for having, you know, allowing her to be a part of this too. So thanks, Fame, for that, for real.
Of course. Shout out to all y'all. You're doing an amazing job. So thank you.
Yeah. That's what we're all.
How's New York? How's New York
I am
today?
in New York. I don't want to say I haven't, but I'm in New York. I'm in Jersey. I'm in Philly. I be around, you know. I'm about to be close to Canada as well. So we have a lot of amazing things and projects and tours that are about to be happening in 2026.
You want to talk about that a little bit? Tell us, Fame, what's going on? Yeah, share.
Absolutely. I'm like, what y'all want? Which one of these y'all want? Okay, so we have the SL tour that we do every year. This is our 4th year doing it, but it is going to be our 3rd year in New York specifically. August 15th. Let me tell you all a little bit about that. I know you guys had some cannabis and wellness providers and you know that type of stuff going on earlier, which I was really excited to see. So we actually got our start out in Philadelphia. Cannabis has been quote unquote decriminalized in Philadelphia, but you can not necessarily just, you know, go out and smoke it freely. You still have to have like a medical license a medical card. So when we started out in Philadelphia, it was and still is honestly like completely underground. That's how we have to function there. But we started because we seen that the cannabis industry, the cannabis events were very much male centered. They were not safe for the LGBTQ community. For myself, I didn't feel like a lot of them were safe for women. And one thing that I think like a lot of queer event organizers can pride themselves in is like creating actual like safer spaces for people to gather. And so what we did was we took a lot of concepts that we applied for our own events in queer spaces and we applied it to the cannabis scene. And we wanted to kind of lead by example in Philadelphia of, hey, this is how you make cannabis events more inclusive. So we got our start in Philadelphia and then took it on tour. We went to Miami. Krista was actually our star attender when we debuted in Miami.
Yep.
We hope to come back soon. I know a lot of people are asking for it, but we wanted to tour and show people that this plant unites. This plant is centered around wellness and community, and really give them a different taste of, you know, what cannabis events could potentially look like for us if they are actually based in, you know, the community and for the community. So this is, again, our 3rd year in New York, and we have had an amazing response to everything that we're doing. I know a lot of people are like, oh, like you're going to all these cities and just, you know, showing up. There's a lot of gatekeeping depending on what state you go to. But listen, the way I function, you either take it or leave it. Like we're bringing something amazing to your city. And not only that, but we work with the talent in your city. People in your city are getting paid. Brands in your city are getting recognized, right? So it's not like we're just coming through and it's taking heads and numbers. But we want to work with the actual community organizers that are in those spaces, and we invite out. Again, it's a different vibe. You come, we do wellness in the afternoon. So last year we had, for example, Weed Auntie lead a meditation. We had SAS provide some products, mushroom-based products for our guests. We did a garden meditation. We did sound baths, some journaling. And then later on in the afternoon, we had just this amazing day party because queer people, we love to dance, right? So we bring our DJs in and we have a blast in the community and invite the community out to party with us. You'll find community organizations there. Again, we want to provide resources for our guests. It's not just come and smoke and leave, right? We use our event as a centerfold for brands, for community organizations. We know those are very like numbers oriented activities. So we want to provide our guests to people. Like, let's say you have a survey, right? Like right now there's a Black women in cannabis survey going around. That is something we would love for you to come and get signups for. And, you know, if you want to do research, if you really want to access the community where they're at, this is where you do it. So that's Exhale. Destination Elevated, really quick. This is a huge thing that's happening this year for us. We've actually been working on it on the last few years. It's a travel series. And what we do is we identify safe spaces for BIPOC, or safe travel spaces for BIPOC and LGBTQ travelers. And that has recently turned into a resort acquisition. So I spoke with Kelly a little bit a few weeks ago about that, but we're looking at a resort that is literally almost smack dab on the border of Canada and New York. And this is going to be a resort with the cannabis consumer in mind. So we're looking to open up memberships as early as this year for next year, literally hoping to close on this in like the next 120 days. We'll be putting in our offer next week, but we are certainly looking for brands to partner with. We are looking for talent to come out to the space. We're going to have all types of wellness events, of course, but it's on a lake. It's beautiful. There's a large fishing community there, large outdoor community there. So if you just want to come, relax, escape the city, and then do it in a space where it's safe to smoke cannabis, this is it. Because hospitality, we know there are not enough spaces that are cannabis friendly. So that's what we're trying to be here in New York.
Woo! It's like 90 minutes from my home, like a drive, like an actual drive. I'm coming there.
You're going to be
Sam.
regular. You will be a regular.
Sure. I will.
You can literally pull your boat up. You can literally pull your boat up and pull up on us at our restaurant on site. Like, so please.
That's going to be so fun. That's going to be so great. Krista, you're going to bring your boat up. Krista's got a yacht, or Sanja's got a yacht. Everybody's got a yacht in Florida, and they're powered by alligators in my mind. This is so cool. Thank you so much for coming and sharing yourself with us for today, Fame, and for creating safe spaces. Because as we're saying, there's not enough safe spaces for women, for BIPOC, for people of color, for people on the queer spectrum. There's not enough spaces. So thanks for doing that.
Yeah, you got to do the work. You have to put things in place. It's not enough to just say you're in place. You know, you have to actually do the work. You have to put the policies in place. You have to get your team on board. You have to get the venues on board, all of that.
Beautiful. Hey, will you drop all of your information into the comments for us so people can find you and follow along? Yeah?
Sure. Yes.
Thanks so much for joining, Fame. Thank you for coming. See you soon. And we have our last guest. Our very last guest. She's been waiting this entire time, Krista, because we're going to finish off with the THC girls. We have her right here. Lena, are you there? I know I've been seeing you. Are you there? I'm so sorry to keep you waiting.
You know what? I don't know if Lena's there, but I will give her a huge shout out. I don't think she's there.
And we'll talk about her. Well, tell us about Lena. She's a THC girl.
Yes, she is amazing. She helps me with so many things. She is the East Coast Regional Manager. She's also with Garden Society. She is an absolute beast with sales. She's like Sanja with the huge energy, just a ball of, great at hosting, all the things. So I think Ruby also fell off. I know that we went over a little bit, but shout out to Ruby as well. Yeah. She's the West Coast Regional Manager for the THC girls. So just shout out to my team and all the everybody that was here today.
Look, she's here for a second.
She heard us. I've been over here doing the most, doing some cleaning, rearranging furniture, but I've been listening.
Awesome.
Hi.
I didn't know if you were there or not, so I was just saying a little bit about you, but please.
Okay. Again, excuse me and my, but we're all women here. We okay?
Yeah, we are. That's right.
Hi, everybody. So yes, East Coast Regional for the THC girls. I'm over here repping in Jersey all day long, trying to just really grow the brand and get some awareness. I always wear this beautiful jacket that Krista got me that says my name on the back into all of my visits with my stores. Yes, I'm the sales manager for the Garden Society here in New Jersey. We are women-owned, women-led. Been in the cannabis game for about 10 years, the company has, and we're bringing, we have gummies here in New Jersey, and we're bringing pre-rolls. So very excited to have another category to be able to offer out here. But yeah, I'm just building relationships and, supporting women in cannabis.
You're doing it. I love being on the calls with you guys on the Tuesdays because you're always so pumped up, and it's always so nice to hear what you're doing over there, Lena. And yes, Ruby as well. And Sanja and Krista. Amazing work, ladies, leading cannabis down there in America. Hey, what's next? What's going on with the THC girls? When's our next call? Where can we find you guys? What can we do?
We have our next call every last Tuesday. It will be March 31st. So we'll be there at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can find the link on the Highly Connected app. We actually just launched a Bud Tenders Young Professionals training call at 7 p.m. Eastern as well. So if everything you already know, you can find everything on the app, access our network and amazing people like Lena, yourself, Ruby, Sanja, and everybody. So definitely follow us.
Yeah, very good. I love your app. I love to be able to post there. Thank you for offering that service. Oh, we lost Lena. I guess it's her device was not connected. That just means we have to wrap. We're way over, but that was so worth it because we've been raising funds for Crohn's charity service, which is so important, and it is a debilitating disease that a lot of people live with. So it's wonderful that Noonie is able to support that, and yourself as well, Krista. So thank you for doing that and for putting yourself out there. Everybody can go and donate if you're watching this on a later broadcast. That is her PayPal. You can donate at any time. It's Crohn's Charity Service. Thank you to all the women that have joined us today to help support this, our Women's Month Telethon. We'll have to do it again another time. We didn't get to hear from everybody as much as we wanted to, but they're amazing women, and follow along in the comments and in the chat. Krista, thank you for joining me. Thank you for hanging out with me for this time. It's always so great to be with you.
You as well, and it's always an amazing time, and we connect so many amazing people every time we do, so I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you. So go ahead, follow along, follow Krista along, follow myself, the KGL Network or KGLTV. I'm Reverend Kelly. Thanks so much for joining today. Bye, everybody.